Again, good afternoon. Welcome to our Seidenberg session. We are the Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems. My name is Jill Olimpieri, and I work as a program manager here at the Seidenberg School. First, I'd like to welcome Jess Drennan and Mike Bowler. They are both here representing the admissions department. They are the admissions counselors for our liaison services with admissions. So I just wanted them to pop on and say hi and let you know that they're here for the duration of our first session for Seidenberg here. We're gonna go over a couple topics, academic programs and opportunities for our undergraduate students, perspective for the spring or the fall semester of next year. But we're really excited that you're here to join us today on this Saturday. For the housekeeping rules, just for the webinar, if you have questions, feel free to add those in the chat at the bottom to Katie Todd. She's going to be monitoring our chat for today. Or any admissions questions to Jess or Mike. They're also co-hosts. If they're general questions, you can pop them in and Katie will read them out. And later on at the end of the webinar, we'll let you either unmute or read your chat aloud to the faculty and the dean or whoever else is here that they're geared for. So I would like to pass the mic over to Dean Jonathan Hill, who is our leader here at the Seidenberg School, and he's going to welcome you all to our event today.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are absolutely delighted that you are here with us today. And our goal is that you get to know us better and that you get a clear picture of what the Seidenberg School and Pace University can do for you during your undergraduate education. And I think as you hear our presentation this afternoon, you'll realize that it's a whole lot. I want to acknowledge some celebrity visitors today. We have Harriet Fenner, who oversees our advisement. Harriet and her team of advisors will be a very big part of your lives during your undergraduate experience here at Pace University. And they are incredibly knowledgeable about how to connect you to all the amazing resources at Pace University. There's Harriet. Want to say hi, Harriet?
Yes, hello. Nice to meet you all, and I hope we're all going to see you on campus or virtually in the advisement area coming up soon for whatever semester you join us with. So you can also get our information and contact us for questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Harriet. And we are gratified and somewhat amazed to see that the Dean of Admissions, Dean Andre Cordon, has graced us with his presence. You may have had a chance to hear from him earlier today. Dean Cordon, welcome.
Thank you so much, everyone. Looking for a great program. Excellent.
So glad you are here today. Does anybody feel brave and like turning on their webcam so we can see you and say hello? Well, as we go forward, I certainly hope that you will, and you'll have chances to ask questions. And this is designed to be an interactive presentation, so don't be shy. We really do want to get to know you. So, why are we here today? You are here because in spite of all of the challenges of the pandemic and your virtual or semi-virtual senior year and junior year of high school, you are getting ready to make the move to college. And you are also astute enough to know and talented enough students to believe that you are very interested in studying computer science or information technology or some combination of those and other academic disciplines that will prepare you for adulthood in the 21st century and prepare you for the many, many marvelous career opportunities that are out there for somebody who takes a degree in CS or IT. Again, Jonathan Hill, I have had the honor and privilege of serving as Dean of the Seidenberg School for 5 years now. And I'm incredibly proud of this school and this university. You can get an absolutely world-class education here. And there are opportunities and advantages and special programs that I dare say you won't find at any other university in the country or around the world. Um, I believe in this place enough that all three of my children have taken various degrees, undergraduate or graduate, here at Pace. And my wife has also taken classes here, and I got my doctorate at Pace. So we are very much a Pace family, and I've been here for 17 years, and I have seen the power of the Pace experience, and I can't recommend it to you highly enough. So you're going to go to college in the fall to get an education. I'm sure all of the parents who are listening today have read the studies and realize that getting a bachelor's degree is a huge advantage in this world and in this economy, and you want to do that. It is a big investment, but it is an investment. It's not an expenditure, it's an investment in your future. And having a bachelor's degree from a school like Pace opens many, many doors to you for further study at the graduate level and for careers. And as you are going to hear in this presentation, our graduates go lots and lots of places. So one of the things that differentiates us is the fact that you study technology, engineering, and science, and mathematics within the core of a liberal arts education. Employers today increasingly tell us that is what they want in the people that they hire. They want folks who have that combination of the traditional liberal arts education, people who have read a Shakespeare play and have studied a foreign language and studied abroad and uh, done all of those things, but also have the technology and the science background. This is a unique opportunity to get the best of both. And as I mentioned, you will get a hell of an education at the Seidenberg School. Computer science and information technology are not easy majors. There are other majors that you could elect where your homework responsibilities would be less and the drill that you're put through in the classroom would be not as intense. But going through that work and putting in that time, again, is an incredibly valuable experience, and an experience that pays off in lots and lots and lots of ways. The best thing that you're going to get out of your college experience are the relationships that you make. The kids that you sit in class with in the fall are the people who are going to be your friends and your support system through your whole life. You're going to see today some of the people who are currently studying at Pace, and perhaps hear from some of the alumni who have left the university and gone on to fabulous things in their lives. Great people come to Pace. The thing that has kept me here for 17 years is the quality of these folks who choose to come to school here. They are ambitious, they are motivated, they are out to prove themselves, and they are out to not only work hard, but to play hard and enjoy their time as a student. And you will find that here. The folks that are on this call with you today, one or two of them, should you come to Pace, will be there to help you study for your exams, and they will be there to help you prepare for your big internship interview, and they will be there for your wedding in a number of years. So it's a big, big choice. And as you look around today, think about these folks, because these are the people you'll be in classes with and who will be your support network for the rest of your life. The faculty that teach to you are equally important, and you are going to hear from some of our fabulous faculty today. Pace is a special place because these folks on the call today are all leaders in their disciplines. They are funded by the National Science Foundation, and they are doing meaningful, important research on a national and international level, but they're also gifted classroom teachers. And they are absolutely core of very dedicated, very capable faculty. And they will teach you, they will push you, they will encourage you, and they will make you better. And part of coming to college, of course, is personal growth. Over your time as an undergraduate here, we are going to help you get better, whether you want to be a world-class public speaker, in addition to being a world-class programmer or algorithmist. And if you want to go to the gym and work on your six-pack abs, you will find encouragement to do that. If you want to be the lead in the chess club or the esports club, or you are going to play on one of the sports teams on our Pleasantville campus, you will have those opportunities and you will find that kind of encouragement here and the coaching that will help you develop. You come to Pace University because we develop great professionals, and professional development is a big part of what we do. So from the moment you walk in the door, we are going to help you get ready to go into to get a great job. You know, one or two of you may be trust fund babies or have won the lottery yesterday and are less concerned about a good job, but we produce an experience that gets our students great jobs at great pay scale. And that is a big part of what we do. PACE has a world-class career services office, and from the day you walk in the door, we are going to get you ready for those opportunities. We are going to help you build those networks. And I should add, in terms of networks and professional development, we have an incredibly close, incredibly involved alumni network. We have people at the highest levels of industry and technology in New York City and in Silicon Valley and around the world. You have to remember that technology is a team sport, that you don't do it. The days of programmers, maybe some of the parents listening here are in tech and they remember when we came into the business and the programmers all were wearing two different color shoes and worked by themselves in their cubicle very happily. Well, that's not the case anymore. Today you work in teams, and we're going to teach you how to work in teams. The other important thing is that technology is international. Your lab partners at Seidenberg aren't just going to be at Pace University. They're going to be at Aalto University in Helsinki and Tongji University in Shanghai and Swinburne University in Australia. And you will truly learn to work in teams with students and faculty and industry sponsors all around the world. And importantly, we bring this all together in a very strong community environment. If you are someone who is that shy programmer type and you prefer to go to class and be left alone, you might have a hard time here because these faculty are going to want to know they're going to know your name. They're going to call on you in class. They're going to write to you or text you and ask you if you need any help with the assignment that you're working on. And all of the folks here, Harriet and the advisors and our staff and our faculty, we enjoy working and being together. And although we've had to have a lot of that activity move to Zoom, we are still an incredibly close community, and we still have a beautifully integrated, very diverse community that includes the students and the faculty and the staff. All of our alumni are many, many industry partners who include, you know, the big tech companies you've heard of, Google and Facebook and Twitter and Apple and Netflix and Oracle, and a lot of the cool startups that if you follow the tech industry and social media, you're just starting to hear of. So this is an exciting, dynamic place, and we're going to bring you in here. We're going to work you very hard, and in that process, you will have the opportunity to develop personally and professionally and be surrounded by a very supporting and caring environment. So I am delighted that you're here today. I'm around to ask any questions. If parents or students want to ask me anything directly, my email is jhill@pace.edu, and we will share all of those things with you. And we are here to talk with you and hopefully have you join us on this journey towards your graduation. So thank you for being here today. Enjoy, and look forward to talking with you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Hill. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
There are a couple faces with their webcam on. So again, nice to meet you. My name is Jill. We're gonna just quickly go over a couple of slides that are kind of important to the Seidenberg experience in terms of the academics and the curriculum. So the Seidenberg School offers 4 different majors, well, 3 different majors, but I'll explain in just a second. So we have our BS in Information Technology, we have our BS in Information Systems, and we also offer a BS or a BA in computer science. Each one of these programs has their own tailored approach in terms of the academics delivered in the classroom, as well as the curriculum and opportunities created around each major. So for instance, our information technology program is interdisciplinary in the way where you can work in a minor. So whether that means you really like technology and computer science, or you want to learn more about psychology, so how humans and computers interact with each other. Our BS and computer science are, very math and science focused. So Dr. Parisi is probably going to talk a little bit about the science component of the computer, or the math component of the degree itself. And then our BS information systems is a mix of business tech and a little bit of information technology. So each program that we do offer at the undergraduate level is 120 credits. Other university credits for completion of a bachelor's degree is 128. So you're saving a couple of classes here based on tuition at the Seidenberg School. It really is nice to have the opportunity to work in other study areas, like I said, whether you do something inside the classroom as a minor or outside of the classroom for one of our project-based learning opportunities. You're really creating a more dynamic resume to become more marketable when you graduate. So as what the dean said about getting your resume built up and getting opportunities under your belt, between the major and the problem-based learning, you definitely will build something up that will make you the most marketable student in whatever field you're looking for or that you're skilled in. I'm going to shift gears a little and let the faculty introduce themselves, talk a little bit about what they do, the classes they teach, maybe projects. So I'm going to pass the mic over to let's see, Dr. Parisi. I'll let you start if you'd like to. The show's
Sure.
open today.
Well, I don't really have a choice right now. Thank you, Jill. My name is Francis Parisi. I'm a clinical professor in the computer science department. I'm also the director of our master's in data science program. I joined PACE about 4 years ago after a very long, too long career in finance and credit risk management, where I did a lot of predictive modeling and research with financial data. And my background is really statistics and operations research. As far as the courses that I teach, Jill mentioned a little bit about the math. Within the computer science department, we have a foundational course, which is discrete mathematics, which literally will provide the foundation for the rest of your computer science studies. Covers things like logic and sets and how to do proofs and number theory and graphs and all that good fun stuff. But some of the other math that is part of the certainly the BS program in computer science includes two semesters of calculus as well as statistics, and those courses are taught out of the math department. I also teach a data science course in the undergrad program, where we use the programming language R to analyze data and learn a bit about how to build models, touch a little bit about the underlying theory behind a lot of the types of models that we build. I participate in, every summer we have a STEM Institute where we teach high school students how to program in Python and use that to analyze data which come from the Billion Oyster Project. So the students develop projects and do code and analyze data from the Billion Oyster Project. And given my background in finance, both pre and post my time, my previous life and now my time here at PACE, my interest is in, research interest is in modeling, building models and analyzing financial data. I've done some research in climatology. I'm working with a student now who's applying, using Python to analyze data on COVID and this, the whatever data we were able to find, and see if we could do some kind of predictive modeling there as well. A student who graduated last spring, I was his thesis advisor. He did some work in cybersecurity. So, but my primary focus really is finance and climatology. So I don't want to take up too much time here, so I can stop there.
Thanks, Dr. Parisi. I'll pass it on to Professor Gaida.
Hey, my name is Carmine Gaida, and I teach a couple of courses at PACE. The one that I teach that I will see you in soon is Computer Programming 1. And this is the first programming class that you take in the computer science major and for some other majors. So if you look at the schedule in a few weeks, or you check out what's going on, you'll see my name there. And like Dr. Parisi, my class is sort of like a foundational course before you go on to probably all of the other professors that are in this list here. I also teach game programming. I'm teaching a game development for everyone course, which is for people who don't have much programming experience. And I also teach a class for people who have programming experience for game development. And during the summer, I teach a summer scholars program, which is for high school students. And in that, it's over a few weeks, and you'll make some actual games and get to share them and get to play them and stuff. We like to make things. So if you're interested in one of these summer programs for game development, I can talk about that later on or something like that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's an opportunity for who's ever here, if they're looking to come in the fall of next year, an opportunity for the students to engage with us before, which is a really awesome opportunity.
Yeah,
so.
you can get credits for, you can start off with some credits that you made during the summer.
Works for us. We like credits.
This is my self-portrait. This is my artwork, which is why I'm in computer science instead of art school or something like that.
Thank you. I will pass it to Dr. Zhang.
Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for being here. So my name is Zhang. I'm an assistant professor with the Department of Information Technology at the Seidenberg School. So this is my 4th year. So I joined PACE in 2017 after I received my PhD in information science. And so for my teaching, I teach both undergrad and graduate level courses. But for the undergrad courses, I'm teaching web authoring and digital media, system analysis and design, and information technology internship courses. So those are actually the core courses of BSIT and BSIS programs. So hopefully I can see you in my classes in the future. And for my research, I'm very interested in healthcare IT. So I'm basically, my research focuses on designing and developing easy to use and novel technologies to support decision-making and information sharing in dynamic healthcare settings. And most of my work is situated in the emergency care environment because this environment is fascinating. It's fast-paced, it's dynamic, and it's also chaotic. So you can imagine there are a lot of challenges in their work in terms of making decisions and sharing information among emergency care providers. But that also means there are a lot of opportunities for technology design, right? So I'm using user-centered design approach to co-design the technology with medical professionals and develop easy-to-use technology solutions, to support their work. And recently, I received a grant from National Science Foundation to design and develop a smart glass application to support patient data collection in real time and in a hands-free manner. So basically, it's a cool device And we are developing features like voice-based interaction or gesture-based interaction to interact with the smart glass application. So that's, yeah. And also another thing I want to mention is that I involve my students in my research as well. I have been working with more than 10 students so far, including both undergrad and graduate students. For example, recently, I just submitted a paper to CHI conference, which is the best conference in my field, with an undergrad student. His name is Lucas. He was in 2 of my courses before, and he expressed interest in my research. So we had a very long but very very meaningful conversation. And he was like, I really want to do this. So we have been working together for almost a year. And he helped a lot of my research, activities, and yeah, we just develop a technology, prototype and wrote a paper based on that. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself. And by the way, our faculty here treat students as collaborators in research. So we don't treat you as like students; we treat you as collaborators. So we brainstorm together, we work on research together. So.
Thank you. Last but not least.
It's my turn now?
It is.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. Hello, dear students and parents. So my name is Jun, and I joined the computer science department at PACE in 2018. My research, let me talk about my research first. My research primarily lies in security, system, and system-related theory study. So I usually build storage systems with solid theory foundation and with performance metrics theory analysis. So basically, if I want to explain what I do, I would like to give you an example. Some of you probably have learned some like web HTML, CSS, or have tried to build a small server in your home. Like simple things such as share some file in a small server in your home with your family, with your siblings, or playing video game together in a home setting. So usually that works because there's a server that communicates different ends in your home. So the problem I deal with is that imagine you scale up this scenario. Your little server is not just running in your home, but in your community, in the entire county, in the country level, and in the global level. There would be different challenges come. And the easiest problem you can think about is that look at what Facebook does. Everybody has an account with Facebook. And Facebook has servers all over the place to deal with requests and billions of levels. So the research I do is that at architecture level, how can we actually distribute all the requests in a very evening and efficient way? And it is a great research direction. And my students always get no problem in getting very well-paid job in the field. And what most excited me is not about that my research can be applied to the industry directly, but also it inspires my teaching, the way how I teach in the classroom. If you have a chance, I welcome you to come to my class of operating system. So I highly advocate our project-based learning experience, which is that we have to teach students what is the most cutting edge in the technical trend. So what I usually do is that I just go over the core techniques of how Facebook or Google does things, and I write a small prototype of the project in Java or C in 3,000 to 4,000 lines code. I eliminate the critical parts of the function stuff. I ask students to implement that. So at the end of the project, they get a really good grasp about how Facebook does the memcached, how Google does this MapReduce, all those core technology. They will be able to understand it within a month or two, because that's how good we are with what we do. So I'm very proud. If I sound a little bit arrogant, That's exactly how I want myself sound like, because I do consider myself, if not the best, but one of the best in my field. You can go check the fame of Hall in system research area. I am ranked top 20 or 30 if I'm not misunderstanding. And by, I think, 10, 20 years down the road, after I build a strong system research program with you in this department, I do believe we will all be ranked the top in the program. And what I really want to say is that I chose to work here at PACE is because PACE is a great place to work. And PACE is a very close-knit community. I loved how my communication with my students at the interperson level, as Dr. Zhao just mentioned. I used to teach at Stony Brook. And have you heard Stony Brook? Like, they have a very good computer science program, middle in the road. So here's my question. If you have an opportunity, you get an offer, you are admitted to the Stony Brook, why would you still consider joining PACE? I had similar reasons, because years back, I had an opportunity to teach in the Stony Brook, but I choose to work here is because teaching at Stony Brook is a large lecturing hall with 300 students, and I run 25 TAs. So technically speaking, I had more TAs than students I had at PACE. And that was not the way how I would like to build a relationship with my students. I want to know them in person. I want to know them name. I want to send out reminders when they are falling behind. And I was not able to do this when I was at Stony Brook. So think about that. What are you really trying to pursue? You do have good faculty, and I promise I always deliver my lectures and my education, the education I wanted to get at the top-notch level, that how I would like to teach at Stony Brook or at Columbia. And I build a very good relationship with students I actively involved in my research. And I believe the top students in our program are as competitive as graduates from Columbia or from Stony Brook. That's what I deeply believe in my personal experience. But on top of it, you get this in personal level touch with your faculty. I remember all the students in my class. So that's the difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thanks to the other faculty as well who have presented. If anybody has questions about any of the topics or things they talk about, you can enter it into the chat, direct them to Katie, or about anything that we've covered so far. We have only a little bit time left, so I'm going to quickly move through these last slides here. In conjunction with the academic experience, we have a ton of problem-based opportunities, which the Dean talked a little bit about. I wish we had more time to go through each one of these. However, with time constricted here, I just wanted to say a one-liner about each one of these. So our project-based opportunities are all the things that you could do in regards to either research with a faculty member or an opportunity that you can take advantage of outside of the classroom. So we have a networking lab on our New York City campus. It's on the 3rd floor, and it's run by our associate dean. It's all kinds of big data, cybersecurity, and students have access to that from literally the moment you step foot on the New York City campus. Dr. Gabarty has a bunch of graduate students who are really engaging with our undergrad about dealing with servers, big data, working with all kinds of different interesting topics that will help our first-year students navigate to figure out what their concentration is or what their interests really are. Our cybersecurity education and research lab. These are like kind of houses all of our cyber initiatives. So we just rolled out one of our cybersecurity master's programs, but all of our undergraduate opportunities, such as collegiate cyber competitions, participating in our student clubs, and all of our government-funded opportunities, including the Department of Defense and our Cyber Corps opportunity, which are 2 scholarship-based opportunities for students to really get involved with cyber and really all the things that encompass the departmental agencies for the federal end of things. Our Blue Collab is a really awesome mix-up between environmental science and tech. We have a pond on our Pleasantville campus where students monitor the real-time feedback and data that they get from the water quality. This semester has been really interesting because we've opened the doors for New York City and Pleasantville students to work collaboratively on this project, which is just more powerful than just keeping it on one campus. I know that Dr. Parisi has worked with them a little bit and getting to learn about the data that they receive and how they actually monitor the water. And then they also have they have things that they put out into the Hudson River, monitoring the water quality there as well. So really an awesome opportunity. One of my favorites is the Design Factory Global Network, which is our international opportunity. It's a group, technically the global network of 30 plus colleges and universities worldwide, and they're creating opportunities and projects to solve like real world problems. And all of that, I don't know if any of you are knowledgeable in the world of design thinking, but it's one approach to solving real world problems. So all of these programs are based out of Finland, Austria, Switzerland, and then we also have opportunities if you don't prefer to travel in New York City, but more of, like the dean said, this international sport that has now created the tech world. Last but not least is our creative labs, which is, I call it more of like an internship opportunity where our students work on client-based projects and problems. So if you're interested in virtual reality, mobile app development, web design, all of those things in creating and getting clients who support financially and then like really engaging in the community. So if you're into like, you know, connecting real world in the community, this would be an opportunity that you would apply for or start working on your first day when you come to PACE. All of those things combined have created this really high number for our salary for our undergraduate 2019 class. The average salary for our undergraduate students, either computer science, IT, or IS, is around $84,000. This is on average. The career services folks, like Dean Hill said, are stellar. They give our students one-on-one, working with the different employers, alumni, and industry partners. The students start working with career services within their University 101, which is a seminar course that all first-year students are required to take. And we help integrate the students get into the first year and then PACE and Seidenberg mindset. So we just wanted to share this information to let you know that there's also like lifetime access. So as you work every year for an internship, resume building, all of those components that are going to the job search are available to you. So yeah, so at the end, that's the goal. We want you to graduate with all these awesome components and that you leave with the job that you're looking for. Some students come in as undecided, not knowing exactly what they want to do. But the faculty, the staff, the students, the advisors, colleagues, projects, this really interdisciplinary opportunity with the Liberal Arts Foundation is going to get you to the place that you'd like to be in computer science, IT, IS, whatever field that you're interested in. It looks like we have a couple questions. So I'm going to loop in Katie Todd here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katie. I'm the communications director for the Seidenberg School. So I guess it makes sense that I'll be asking your questions for you. Thank you all so much for the questions that you submitted. We have a few good ones. I'm hoping someone knows the answer to them because I certainly don't know all of them. But the first one that we have is from Joey, who is asking, are there any minors that you can pair with a computer science major?
So the computer science major, again, is 120 credits. The BA in computer science allows the minor. Again, it's not as much math and not as much of the science and lab component, but allows you to work in the minor specifically, whether it's psychology, history, really any of the other university, the other schools that offer a minor. We often do see that a lot of our computer science students work in a minor like mathematics because they do take so many math classes. And usually our students who are also taking credits in high school that can be transferred here are usually some kind of mathematics course. So we will look at all the classes that you're taking and then working in the minor if you'd like for the BA. But the BS in computer science is a little bit more structured. You can take elective classes, like higher elective computer science classes, and figure out how to waive some of those so that you can earn a minor as well. In conjunction with that, AP classes and transferring those classes from your high school to PACE, or taking classes, like we said, with Professor Gaida, earning a couple more credits before you actually start is helpful. That will allow you to create or pick a minor for any of the majors at Seidenberg or PACE-wide.
Awesome. Thanks, Jill. Leading from that, I guess, the next question is from Christabel, who is curious for a little bit more information about the difference between the BS and the BA in computer science.
Well, I answered it a little bit. So it has just the different classes for the computer science and then the minor. There's just a couple more electives working in the minor, less of the mathematics classes, as well as one less science class. But the BA, which stands for Bachelor of Arts, just gives you more opportunity to take more like choice classes. Again, the CS program is very structured, and it's usually you stay on track, but it allows for just some more flexibility for students who have interests in other areas.
Awesome, thank you.
I do have a question too on my end. This could go for, I know we're running out of time here, but for Professor Gaida. As a freshman, if you start at PACE with a lot of programming experience, or can students start with none at all? Uh-oh. I just unmuted you.
Okay, thank you. My class assumes you have never programmed ever. So if you sign up for CS 121, I am assuming that this is the first time you're seeing any of these things before.
I also think it's really important to note that we get students who have been programming since they were 8 years old, and students who are, as Professor Gaida says, brand new to the process. And one of the really stellar reasons to choose PACE is because you're going to have smaller classes, and all of our faculty are very good at providing meaningful opportunities for the more advanced students who we always get, and then coaching and bringing up the folks who are just starting out, so that by the time you're in your second year, everybody's on a very similar playing field. Technology and computing are really broad fields, and we have folks who are interested in gaming and folks who are interested in the algorithmic side and some of the deeper mathematical theory and programming, and some folks who just want to build cool things. And the BA is designed for students who, for example, want to have a double major in economics or digital art or political science, to name a few of the very popular double majors or major minor combinations that we see. So we work with everybody, and if you are a sophisticated developer, or you are someone who aspires to be a sophisticated developer, we have a place for you.
One thing that's amazing, the students in my class, I've seen students meet in my class because it's like the first class. And I see these students together in CS 122 and then the sophomore year and 241, 242. So I think a lot of students meet, make friends in my class because they're kind of in the same boat of being new to everything. But I've seen them kind of go on for a couple of years and they're in the same classes and doing things together. It's great. My class is fun. You'll like it.
Thanks, Carmine. All right, so we're out of time. I apologize. We're just approaching 2 o'clock, so there is another session. I believe number 3. Anyway, I'm going to pass the mic to our admissions counselors that are here. But come back at 2:30 and see us. Our web, the link and Zoom link. You can touch base with students one-on-one, ask questions about anything you want. We'll have like a round table. You can apply at PACE and have the fee waived. They'll email you that code. And we'll be reaching out to you for some special interest tours if you want to attend a class, want to attend a club meeting or event. But I'm going to pass it over Thank you all so much for joining us today. Hopefully we'll see you later at 2:30. I'll pass it back to Jess and Mike.
Thank you, Jill, and thank you all so much for coming. Please check out our sessions for session 2 that go from 2 o'clock to 2:30. We have an information session about transferring, career services, our honors college, our performing arts program, housing, financial aid, student support, and we do have campus tours. So there are plenty to choose from. I did drop the program, the link to our program in the chat. So there you will be able to find all the links to session 2. Please remember that the password to all of these sessions is POH 2020, all capital letters POH. But thank you so much for coming.
Agreed. Thank you all. If anyone has a burning question that they need to know right now, you can stick around. We'll stay for a couple minutes, but for the rest of you, we can transition to the next session. Have a wonderful rest of your Saturday.